Good day, professors, senior scholars, and colleagues. I'm here to present a paper entitled "The Relevance of History in an Impoverished Society: An Analysis of a Discipline Going into Extinction in Nigeria since 1960." This paper is jointly authored by Dr. Yela Ajayi and NSC Prince Habib, both of the Federal College of Education, Okene, Kogi State, North Central, Nigeria. This paper is divided into 7 sections, which include introduction, concept of history, importance of history, poverty in Nigeria, the relevance of history, and the gradual extinction of history. Well, the concept of history. History as a concept is as broad as the discipline itself. It means different things and viewed in various perspectives by different historians. However, the word history originated from the Greek word historia, which means to investigate or inquire. Little wonder R.G. Collingwood views history as a science that quizzes the past in a scientific manner. He defines history as a science of res geste. E.H. Carr simply views the discipline of history as a continuous and unending interaction, dialogue between the past and the present. He opines that there was no way in which the past can be divorced from the present, and there will always be an unending relationship between them. Barraclough, in his own account, defines history as the study of the significant aspect of the past on the basis of imperfect and fragmentary evidence. According to Barraclough, history is not the study of the entire past, but the significant aspect of the past, using evidences from fragmented areas. Importance of history. The importance of history to man and his society cannot be overemphasized. History provides us with a collective memory. It gives a man a sense of connection to place, time, and community. History studies man and society in motion. In doing so, history aims to know the elements of the present by understanding what came to the present from the past. For the present is simply a developing past. Oroyami, while arguing on the very essence and importance of history, made the following postulations: that no society can develop without the deep sense of its history, that no nation can survive without knowledge of its own origin and people, that no nation can live up to its potentials without adequate knowledge of its past, that a society that neglects its history is in the surest path to self-destruction. Most importantly, any people, nation, or race that genuinely desires development must accord history its proper place. Poverty in Nigeria. Nigeria is a relatively large country which occupies 923,768 square kilometers of marshland. Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa and indeed the black nations, with a population of over 140 million people based on the 2006 National Population Census and 163 million based on the National Population Census based on the National Population Commission's estimates of 2010. Nigeria is a poor nation both by the income and non-income dimensions of poverty. The income dimension of poverty defines poverty as a situation of low income or low consumption. This has been used for constructing poverty lines. Accordingly, people are counted poor when their major standard of living in terms of income or consumption is below the poverty line. The non-income dimension of poverty defines the poor as those who are unable to obtain an adequate level of education and cannot satisfy their basic health needs. They have no or limited access to basic necessities of life, such as food, clothing, decent shelter. With this, statistics have shown that over 50% of Nigerians live below $1 per day and can also not access the basic needs of life, thus making Nigeria unarguably a poor society. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, in a survey conducted in 2010, the proportion of Nigerians living in poverty is increasing every year, despite the much talked about paradoxically growing Nigerian economy. The population of Nigerians living in poverty has increased over the years, from 1980 to 2010. In 1980, the poverty incidence was 27.2%. with an estimated poverty population of 17.1 million out of the total population of 65 million Nigerians. By 2010, the poverty incidence has risen to 69%, an estimated population of 112 million out of 163 million Nigerians are living in poverty. Having seen the impoverished nature of Nigerian society, which has more than half of her population impoverished and lack access to basic necessity of life, with attendant high rate of unemployment, what then is the fate of a discipline which is not a money spinner and can add little or nothing to ameliorate the financial status of our citizens? Parents will not naturally want their children to study such a discipline like history because of its seemingly non-economic advantage. Parents and even students alike would prefer to study disciplines like accounting, law, medicine, engineering, and other courses that are marketable. Marketable in the sense that the employability of holders of such degrees is higher than the holders of degrees in history. In a nation where there is high rate of unemployment, the propensity to study a discipline that will make one self-reliant and self-employed is small, so as to be able to set up private practice if the government job is not forthcoming. Extinction of the discipline. In the research conducted in one of the universities in north-central Nigeria, statistics have shown that out of 3,550 students who applied to the university in the 2011-2012 academic session, only 4 students applied for history, while disciplines like accountancy, economics, law, medicine, and pharmacy were oversubscribed. The research further revealed that most students that ended up studying history in Nigerian universities did not apply for history, but were forced to read history when they had no other choice. Statistics from the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board further revealed that in the last 10 years, less than 0.2% of applicants who sat for the university matriculation examination applied to study pure history in Nigeria's tertiary institutions. There are 2 factors that aid the gradual extinction of history and this includes the policies of the universities and the government. The universities, because of the non-appealing nature of history as a discipline in Nigeria, most universities affiliated the discipline with disciplines such as political science, diplomacy, international studies, international relations, etc., thus gradually erasing pure history from our ivory towers. The government. The lukewarm attitude with which the government handled discipline in no small way aided the gradual extinction of the discipline. Government agencies gradually and systematically watered down the syllabus of the discipline in favor of science and technology, and later reduced the mode of all subjects to civic education. Conclusion. This all-important discipline of history, with its attendant mechanism for providing solutions to societal and national problems, has been relegated to the backdrop because of its non-money spinning nature, like other disciplines. More so, the economic status of Nigerians, where about 70% of its populace is impoverished, makes parents and students alike prefer disciplines which can easily fetch them gainful employment so as to enjoy the basic necessities of life. This is so because the mentality of the average Nigerian is that education is just a means to an end, and that end is food. Thus, education has been reduced to a means to acquire just meal tickets. It should be noted that most developed and nationally conscious nations in the world makes the study of history of their nation a core subject which every student must study. History, however, may look irrelevant in an impoverished society, thus leading to its gradual extinction. It should be noted that history cannot be erased from every facet of an individual or nation's life, because we are living history. Thank you so much for listening.